This is you. You spend your entire life on a floating rock called Earth. It's about 4.5 billion years old and likes to spin really fast. You're moving at about 1,674 kilometers per hour right now. Earth wasn't always a luscious green and blue planet. It used to be a big fiery ball of lava, until one day it decided to chill out and cool its crust. But it's still so thin that if Earth was the size of an apple, the crust would be the skin. Zooming out, and there's a smaller rock, just flying around, and around, and around. It wasn't always there. It formed when another rock had beef with Earth and crashed into it. Gravity cleaned up all the mess by play-dohing the wreckage into one big rock, the Moon. The circles it does around Earth are called orbits, which is basically Earth's gravity pulling it in, but the Moon, being the slippery little duck that it is, uses its own gravity to sidestep Earth every time, creating an endless game of cat and mouse. Delete the Moon, and the Earth turns into a wibbly-wobbly mess. Human civilization probably wouldn't even exist. The Moon keeps Earth stable and you alive. While the Moon looks quite close, it's actually about 384,400 kilometers away from Earth, which is the equivalent of 148,416,988 cows lined up sniffing ass. Zoom out again and, would you believe, more floaty rocks. But there's also an enormous ball of fire. This is Earth's neighbourhood, the solar system. Earth's neighbours go by the name of Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. They're all part of a group called the planets. Jupiter is the largest and could fit over 1,300 Earths inside it. Mercury is the smallest, only about 38% of the size of Earth. Beyond planets, there are dwarf planets like Pluto. He got kicked out of the planet group in 2006 because he never cleared his orbit. Over 200 moons sidestepping other planets. Countless asteroids, which are just leftover rock. The Kuiper belt, which is like the solar system's freezer. Comets, which are like dirty snowballs. And meteors, tiny rocks drifting through space, but when they enter Earth's atmosphere, they are shooting stars. And at the center of it all, the Sun, a star with a core temperature of about 15 million degrees, and so big that it holds 99.86% of the entire solar system's mass, which means everything in the solar system operates off the Sun's gravity. The solar system is so big that it takes light over 5 hours to travel from the Sun to its edge. For perspective, light can circle Earth 7.5 times in 1 second. At the edge of the solar system, we run into an invisible bubble called the heliosphere. It's made by the sun's solar wind, and thankfully for you, it blocks a ton of deadly cosmic radiation. Without it, we'd almost certainly be dead. How do we know it's there? Well, in 2012, a tiny human-made probe called Voyager 1 lingered straight through it. The solar particles suddenly dropped, and deep space particles suddenly spiked, leaving the sun's bubble, officially entering interstellar space. This is defined as the vast nothingness in between stars. The nearest star to us is Proxima Centauri, which is 4.24 light years away, which means that light leaving it right now won't reach us for over 4 years. To scale that down, if Earth was a grain of sand, Proxima Centauri would be another grain of sand 30 kilometers away. Space isn't empty, it's just spacious. And our solar system isn't drifting through this void alone. It's riding along a smaller highway of stars called the Orion Spur. It's a small arm of the Milky Way packed with stars moving together through the galaxy. Zoom out one last time and there it is, the Milky Way galaxy. A giant rotating disk made of hundreds of billion stars with a supermassive black hole in the center. And this is where we are, slowly orbiting the galactic center once every 230 million years. You've never even completed one lap. Not even close. So here you are, a human on Earth orbiting a sun inside a solar system, drifting through the Orion Spur inside a universe that never stops moving, and somehow in all of that chaos you're here watching YouTube.